Well, good morning. We have a package today. I thought I'd open it live so I could be like those other kids on YouTube who do unboxing videos. I forgot about this. Will it snap or will it? Yes. There's a cartridge. We'll look at the other one. I'm not quite ready to test that. I need to get some things out. Let's see how we do with this one. Oh, I can pull one out. Let's just. Oh. There we go. So one's just pulled out. There we go. The LED is mounted properly. Let's plug in a battery. We try and charge it. And nothing. The light didn't come on. So now I have to go through and try and figure out what's wrong with it. You've seen it here live, everybody. The board didn't work for some reason. It's probably something very simple. This is a kind of a common thing. This is why we test everything. But it's kind of a little bit soul destroying when that happens. This thing is the cartridge writer. That's interesting. Ah, interesting. So this is for putting data on, game data. Secretary production, .binary, that looks good. I should have tested it first. I had a way to test that. If you ever wonder what the work of an electronics engineer looks like, it's mostly this. It is sitting around going, why didn't that work? Verify complete. Oh, so it put the data on. Let's just see if we put the I think this is kind of boring. Bored. It's so boring. You have to look at the back of my head as well. I'm affected by a bald patch. Don't look. Oh, come on. 2 minutes 45 seconds. We're not going to wait for that. Let me just make sure that I know this one works. Well, I discovered why it wasn't working very quickly. The other end of the USB cable wasn't plugged in. And the reason the board was dead, I haven't put the firmware on the chip. Right, so let's do that now. Let's see if this works. We're using my new firmware writing adaptation. That looks good. That looks like it's actually writing, but will it read back and verify? Let's pop a cartridge on. We should see some lights come on at least. That's it, I can see. Let me turn off my burn lights. The speaker I test. You see there the black cable. That has come undone. So let me just solder that on, then we can test everything. Okay, I just soldered that one back together. Let's turn the lights off so we can see the colourful lights. I think it's a piece of test audio, it might be too quiet. Yes, it works. I just soldered on that headphone corner and it works fine. That might be the part I need to do here, the just that bit of quality control to check to make sure the headphone socket is actually on properly. But it works. Am I shouting? Okay, we'll have a close look. There's a few things I was really worried about. Does the USB socket sit in the right place? Does the headphone socket sit in the right place? And does the cartridge slot sit flush? And I'm happy to say that everything on there is perfect. So the physical size and the engineering is good. Sure, I have to do this one-handed though. You see there, you see how close I get the ribbon cable to the actual sockets. Before you needed to do this with tweezers. So if anybody was taking this apart, yeah, you would have difficulty. You need tweezers. Oh, look at that! I connected the ribbon with one hand. How cool is that? We're almost there. Got a switch cover, and then I could try my new cartridge. Winning! I can't believe that I'm thinking, oh no, I'm doing an unboxing on video. I look like such an idiot because my circuit board doesn't work. And I didn't plug the USB in, so there was no power. And that distracted me from the real problem, which is I hadn't actually flashed the chips. I hadn't put the firmware on the chips, so the device didn't know what it was doing. So now, let's try this one. Lights come on. Firmware check, actually. I've actually written some special software for flashing, because it'll do the bootloader, it'll flash, and then it sets something called fuses. Fuses are like switches that are set at the time that the firmware is written, that explains how the chip should operate, and you can set it so that the firmware can't be taken off to stop it being pirated. Let's just double check. If I click detect, it's found the chip. So it all works. Everything works, including the power light, even though it's upside down. Now that's the piece we're going to change. The circuit works. Everything looks good. There is no delay happening at the moment. Just remembered, there is one thing left to check. The cartridge. I'm going to need some tweezers to put this in though, because there we go. Will this work? Bolt. The Psychotronic Mind, a branching adventure from Truman.
Select your episode. Press A for episode 1, B for episode 2.
The Psychotronic Mind, episode 1. Right, this is such a relief. Everything is working. So our only issue, the only issue, was that LED that was the one that needed to be chased around. So what I've got, I've ordered some of the LEDs. I've ordered some, just the plain circuit board, and I'm going to assemble it here. We know now that everything works, all the components work. The only reason it wasn't was my own stupidity. I plugged one end of the USB in, forgot to plug it into the power, and that distracted me, and then I forgot to flash the firmware. Okay, circuit board works, the cartridges work. We just need to do this final test, and then we put the production run in. Everything looks good.